So today I'm going to tell you about 3 things that help me become a consistent blocker. The first tip is to not block with your hand away from your body. So on the backhand, for example, I see a lot of people at my club who I'm trying to coach block with their hand on the left side of their body, sort of behind their body, scooping the ball forward like this. It is so crucial to keep your hand in front of your body on the backhand and close to your center of gravity, because it sort of gives you a base of support. And when you're behind every single ball, it's much easier to get the balls on the table. I always try and block in front of my body because I find that it makes me so much more consistent. And on the forehand, for example, don't stand too far left and block like this. The more compact you stay while blocking, the more consistent your blocks will be. And the second tip is absolutely game-changing if you want to block spinny balls. A lot of people that I coach at my club, they hold their racket extremely tense when they're blocking. And this can be good in some situations, but if there's already a lot of power, spin and speed coming your way, then you need to have a loose hand. When you hold your racket very loosely, the racket absorbs a lot of the spin and speed, and that sends a slower and less spinny ball back to your opponent, which is easier to control. I'm just excited for you to go and try this. When you try and block a really spinny loop and you use this technique, it's absolutely incredible. The first time I found out about it, all I wanted to do was blocking drills. You could send the spinniest balls that you have at me. Now that I know this technique, it's all so easy. So I won't say anything else about this. I just want you to go try it. So let's go on to tip 3. You have to judge every single ball differently, especially when you're playing against partners that are not very consistent. They'll send some balls here, some balls here, some balls here, wherever. And if you try and play the same shot with the same positioning, you're just going to miss. So every time the ball comes your way, you need to readjust your feet and move to the right place to block. Position is one factor. You always want to be behind the ball, so your feet need to move quickly. But another factor is the spin and speed that's on the ball. When you're playing against inconsistent partners, some might be a really spinny loop, some might be a faster and linear loop. When you're blocking, sometimes people just give you a hard time. They're playing shots like a forehand topspin of all different consistencies. Some really spinny, some really straight. You just have to adapt to every single ball. So you move with your feet, and you also judge using your racket angle how much spin and speed's on the ball. And the same thing applies on the forehands. If they send a wider one, move your feet. If they hit here, then pivot around a little bit. The key with this is that you need to stay on your toes. Well, not on your toes, on the balls of your feet, and not just physically. You want to stay on the balls of the feet so you can move, but you want to stay on the balls of your feet or on your toes mentally as well. You need to be very reactive and responsive to how your opponent's hitting the ball. Anyways, those are 3 of my best tips on how you can become a better blocker. I feel it might be worth to include number 0 or number 4, depending on how you look at it, which is practice. You need to practice your blocking a lot. A lot of people, they just try and do all the top spinning, all the actual drills themselves, but they don't block for enough people and they don't get used to actually blocking the ball. So you need to practice a lot as well. That's all I have to say. So yeah, just go test these out.